Welcome back, Cougs and fight fans, to another episode of In the Game. I'm your host, Daniel Rodriguez. Abu Dhabi hosted UFC 294 this past Saturday. The build-up to this event was a bit unconventional, as both the main and co-main events saw fighters drop out due to injury, just days before. Originally, Charles Oliveira was set to rematch Islam Makhachev for the lightweight title, and Paulo Costa was set to be Khamzat Chimaev's first opponent at middleweight. Despite the inconvenience, Dana White and the UFC were able to save the card by calling up two of the greatest to ever do it, in Alexander Volkanovski and Kamaru Usman. Shara Magomedov, the newest prospect to emerge out of Dagestan, Russia, opened up UFC 294 against Bruno Silva. Shara Magomedov and Silva went the distance. However, Magomedov proved the hype was real, winning his UFC debut by unanimous decision. The following two bouts were won in a similar fashion. Victoria Dudikova defeated Jinya Fry by unanimous decision, and Mohamed Naimov defeated Nathaniel Wood by unanimous decision. Now, the next fight was my personal favorite of the day, Mike Breeden versus Anshul Jubli, a competitive lightweight bout. Jubli, a promising prospect out of India, took the first two rounds quite easily. However, Breeden's antics eventually proved to be too much for Jubli. After unleashing an arsenal of strikes and barks, Breeden would take home the victory by a way of TKO. Cedricus Dumas faced off against Abu Azaitar next. In my opinion, the decision was questionable, but Dumas left with a win by way of unanimous decision. Following, Javid Basharat versus Victor Henry ended in an unfortunate fashion. After sustaining a serious injury from a kick to the groin, Victor Henry was deemed unable to continue, resulting in a no contest. Following our first no contest of the night, Trevor Peek put Mohamed Yahya through 3 tough rounds on his way to a unanimous decision victory. And headlining the UFC 294 prelims was Tim Elliott versus Mohamed Mokaev. Mokaev would earn the first performance bonus of the night after submitting Elliott late in the 3rd round. Said Nurmagomedov versus Miwan Gafurov opened up the main card. Said Nurmagomedov submitted Gafurov a little over a minute into the 1st round, earning himself the 2nd performance of the night bonus. The next fight ended just as fast. Ikram Aliskerov knocked out Warley Alves a little over 2 minutes into the 1st round. And like the last two victors, Aliskerov took home a performance of the night bonus. Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker was easily the most controversial bout of the night. Walker was deemed unable to continue after an illegal knee to the head by Ankalaev. The bout was considered a no contest, a result neither fighter agreed with. Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman served as the co-main event. Neither Chimaev nor Usman disappointed in their debuts at 185. After 3 hard-fought rounds, Chimaev scraped away with a majority decision win over Usman. Lastly, Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski 2, the highly anticipated rematch for the lightweight title. Unfortunately, the trial of taking on this fight against another top pound-for-pound fighter in the world on 12 days' notice proved to be too much for Volkanovski. Around 3 minutes into the 1st round, Makhachev clipped the top of Volkanovski's head, sending him to the ground with a devastating high kick. Makhachev would go on to defeat Volkanovski with the 1st round KO, retaining the lightweight belt and defending his belt for the 2nd time. Who's next for the pound-for-pound king? Which is the fight to make? Does Islam aim for double champ status and challenge the winner of the Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington fight? Or does he remain at lightweight and take on Oliveira or Gaethje? Anyway, I've been your host, Daniel Rodriguez. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Go Cougs.